Today we're doing our Q&A series where you ask a question and we give an answer. I'm Andriana Marshall and that is...
Grand Scrum Master Scott.
Welcome to our channel where we give Scrum training and tips. And today we have a fun question and it is, do I need to be technical in order to be a Scrum Master? What do you think, Scott?
Oh, this is a common question that we get in class. Do I need to be technical in order to be a Scrum Master? The short answer is no. If we think about the Scrum Guide, you as a Scrum Master have 12 accountabilities. We serve the Scrum team, we serve the product owner, and we serve the organization. Now, technical skills is not needed for that. What you need is more on the side of communication skills, and that's not technical, that's a soft skill. Now, when I say that, I'm thinking about facilitation is a skill that you're going to be using mostly as a Scrum Master. You're going to be using a coaching stance. That is a skill, that is a profession. You're going to be thinking about conflict resolution. You're going to be need to tap into your teaching skills, which is also another stance. And then you're also going to be a mentor at some point in time in your Scrum Master career. And that is also a stance in Scrum. So with all that we have to do you need to be technical in order to be a Scrum Master? Would it be nice? Yes. I would say no, you don't need that to get started. But once you, let's say, mastered those things, and think about it, facilitation is a career all on its own. Coaching is a career all on its own. Teaching is a career all on its own. We have a lot to learn that's non-technical work. So I would say start there. Would it be helpful if you knew technical stuff? Yes, it would, but know what you need first before you step into that lane. Andriana, what are your thoughts?
It's one of those interesting questions where I think it is a nice to have, but not mandatory. As someone who personally, I started off as non-technical and I was an executive assistant, then a project coordinator, and
Didn't
then
know
a
that.
Scrum Master. So my journey was very different than some other people, but I think you're right. You don't need to actually have it. Is it nice? Yes. But even those people that may be watching this video that are like, well, I'm technical and I'd like to transition to a Scrum Master, I think Scott already laid out some skills that you need to have. The other thing is making sure that you refrain from solving, because I think that is a challenge that technical people have, is technical Scrum Masters tend to have, they're trying to solve the problem for them instead of facilitating, coaching, and mentoring them and helping them become self-managing. So if you are technical, you're looking to transition, just think about that. I do think if you are going into software, you need to understand the software development lifecycle. I don't really think you can get around not understanding anything about software and being a Scrum Master. Again, you don't necessarily have to be technical, but you do need to understand how we actually deliver work, because it is a big part of your job in helping teams deliver work. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to learn a little bit of the hard way. It was kind of like a punch in the face. So, but now you're watching this video on YouTube or some other social media. There's a lot of ways that you can learn something to get a decent understanding of how it works. And I would say that's true for anything. If I were to go into HR, another fun fact, I don't know if you know, my undergraduate was in HR. I rarely tell people that, but it doesn't matter. It's all business. But
I'm
so
still
if
stuck
I
on the
were to,
executive assistant. I'm still stuck on that.
maybe one day I'll do a whole like career thing, and I could take everyone down my journey. But um, if I were to go into HR, I would have to understand like what does delivering an HR look like so that I can help them get to done every single sprint. So no, you don't have to be technical. You do need to understand how they get to done in their domain in order to help them achieve their sprint goal.
Now, one thing I would like to add to that is this. Um, Sometimes if you're not technical, it's actually a benefit to you. Because if a developer gets stuck and they come to you, Scrum Master, and you thinking to yourself, now I want, for those of you who are not technical, we don't want to paint a picture that, hey, well, I can't offer no value to the team. Yes, you can. I want you to think about it this way. So a developer is stuck on a problem and you have no clue what that problem is. But developers do a great job of explaining things in plain vanilla so that you understand what I'm talking about. Like Steve Jobs, yes. So as they're explaining it to you, you know nothing about what they're doing, but when they break it down to you, you can ask a question because you don't know anything about it. And your question is really coming from a stance of, well, that don't make sense. Why are you doing it that way? And then you challenge their thought process. That's you putting on your coaching hat. You ask a question. Why you do that way? Then that person almost like have an epiphany. Oh, in other words, they got stuck in their patterns, their same way of doing things, and you was the one that helped them maybe think about a different approach, a different way of solving that particular problem, and you knew nothing about the problem itself.
You don't know what you don't know, and asking the simple questions really does help solve some of the bigger problems that people have, and it
Yeah,
gets their wheels turning. So I think that's a great point. Anything else?
that's all we have today.
All right. Well, if you made it this far into the video, you're pretty legendary. So make sure that you hit subscribe. Most of the people that are watching these videos have not subscribed. So please subscribe to get more content like this. If you have any questions for us, please leave it in the comments and we'll either respond or create a video like this based on your question. In the description, you can find more information on how to get connected with us via LinkedIn or the Discord, and you could take a course with us.